guys?
Hello, hello. What's going on? How are you?
Good, very good. It's Brian's birthday this weekend. Mine is Wednesday, so
you look amazing.
Yeah, so we're just getting all kinds of stuff
Shining in the room.
prepared.
Cool.
Yeah, we Anatara. Do you guys ever heard of the Anatara Hotel out here in Ulus? Anatara Hotel is opening up, but they are opening up all their suites to people that want to stay per month. Well, like kind of a select group. So we're going to go over there and take a look at it. I think we're just going to rent one just so we can have it. And yeah, it's a 5-star resort.
Nice. So what you gonna rent it for? How was? Can you close the door, please?
Yeah.
How was your husband's birthday?
Oh, it was fun. It was really fun. We had like a little surprise on the edge of the cliff and
Nice.
in Ulus, and then we had dinner, and then everyone stayed the night here, and it got really funny and crazy.
Did he go for a surf? What he was talking about?
Oh yeah, for sure. He surfed all weekend. It wasn't as big as he thought it was going to be, though. So
Nice.
yeah. So all right, cool guys. So share with me what are kind of some ideas or some things that you're thinking that you are currently in need of, or that you have questions on whether you need it or not, or what kind of things are you looking for, so I can give you my best guidance.
Basically, we believe we are just trying to sort out a good structure. First of all, to hook people onto the platform, what we're creating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really an overview about everything what Healy can deliver to people. So eventually be the funnel to sign up people. But we also need to hook people onto this platform. So with everything what people can share on social media, Google Ads and whatsoever. And then when they step onto the platform, we need to find the right messaging. Are you still here, Rhonda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Your face froze. Or maybe you just don't move. No, now you're back. And then basically, ultimately, when the platform, we need to be able to communicate the right messaging to go further into the sign up, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure you are familiar with some of these other styles of platforms, especially they've been quite popular over the last couple of years, where, and you probably even have this, right, where it's something like Gaz or AI. Are you familiar with those? Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, so as you enter into that, really the end result is that they're teaching you how to be a digital marketer, or they're teaching you how to build a personal brand, or whatever that might be. Mm-hmm. And so when you get in, it's actually not even been about the product. It's actually been, we're going to teach you how to do this, and then, oh, by the way, we've got this product that's how we used to get paid.
Yeah.
And I was part of Gaz, and so I saw the tremendous success that had in doing that. And consequently actually bought a platform off Gaz. But the thing that I guess I was struggling with is getting the messaging right in terms of what we're offering, that's different to the rest of them, because I don't want to say that we're spitting you out and giving you a personal brand, or we're spitting you out and you become a digital marketer. So yeah, and the thing is, I feel like Healy is so new, and it's not even remotely close to some space of saturation. So to be able to talk about it is still sexy and fun to talk about Healy. So whereas I kind of feel like some of the other ones that do this, okay, water is great, but it's not really a sexy thing to talk about. You can't talk about it a lot.
You have to create something
energy and frequency and quantum.
So let me give a few things. Let me ask you a few questions so I can understand where your thinking's at, because all of this is everything I understand. I just need to see what your objectives would be so I can give you the best guidelines or the best guidance. So first off, you've got this, let's just call this thing, you've got this Gaz, right? This system, and then you've got Healy. Is this system have a name, first off? Is it an entity?
Yeah, so we've decided to call it our digital village, or not platform, but Quantum Evolution. Okay,
so Quantum Evolution is the name of kind of the group, the team kind of style?
Like that we're creating inside of Healy.
Okay, got it. So it's the Quantum Evolution system, if you will?
Yeah.
Okay, and what is this Quantum Evolution system's promise to those that get near it? Like if you were to say, this is the promise for this thing. It's not Healy. You gotta remember, this isn't a Healy thing. Because if you make it a Healy thing, it will not last longer. It'll build fast, but it'll be too Healy, and you'll either lose people, right? Or you'll gain them. But I would rather you gain more than lose some, right?
So, and that's exactly where I was at, because the promise of these other ones is we promise to make you into a digital marketer. We promise to make
Right.
you
So what do you want to promise?
your own brand. So those are the I guess, the promise of the other ones. Here, inside of here, I think the promise I want to be much more around creating a high vibrational lifestyle, or becoming a high vibrational entrepreneur, or becoming a frequency entrepreneur, something like that. Because inside of it, they are learning a lot more about Healy. They're learning more about frequencies. They're learning more about consciousness. They're learning more about optimizing wellness and health and all those sorts of things. So in my mind, it's really about our promise to you is to learn how to become a high vibrational entrepreneur, or a high frequency entrepreneur, or something like that.
Okay. So what you just said there is how you start to determine what a USP is, or what your uniqueness is, right? If you can create that one promise and align that, let me make sure this is recording. Is this recorded? I want to make sure you recorded it, Larcy.
It is.
Okay, great. Sorry, I couldn't see it on my screen, and I thought I may have missed it. So we want to make sure, right, that the promise is also, it's what they're going to get, and what the desired outcome that they want. So meaning high frequency is a keyword that would align with many entrepreneurs, and it could be a lot of different things, right? So high frequency is a good buzzword and a keyword. And of course, entrepreneur, that says that there's a business component, right? So that would be a great USP. So now then you have to say, all right, if we reverse engineer it, if we are the quantum evolution team, and this is our system that promises high frequency entrepreneurship, education, knowledge, right? Remove all of these things. Now that system becomes a valuable and a viable entity, right? And it also now becomes that sexiness that any of your teammates can say, well, if you join Quantum Evolution, you also get our system, right? It's going to teach you how to be an entrepreneur. Let me ask you, did you love the way Gaz brought people in? It was Gaz only, and then they had the option of upgrading into different offers. What did you love about Gaz, and what did you not love about Gaz?
What I loved about Gaz is that it just automated the entire sales process. So somebody puts you to the front end, you learned about the vision, if you like, of aligning with high ticket items, and how you build a personal brand, and then how you monetize that through becoming basically an affiliate marketer or a digital marketer. Yeah. And then, I guess that was ultimately, but then it was just the automation of that. So it was the fact that I could now Max in, and he would go through
a lot of the work. Now, the difference in Gaz and the difference of what you might be doing is that Gaz also stopped as you could just sell Gaz. It was a good and bad thing for the company, right? For all the other companies, because some people would use Gaz and it would stop. Others had other offers, right? And so that actually became also controversial and a bit difficult for the company as well, because it was a challenge between other offers and what they were doing. So are you looking to make the front end of this system something that they can subscribe to, sell, and become an affiliate? You run your own affiliate program?
Yes, we are looking at doing that. And then we also have inside of it as well, a marketplace where other people that are within our community can put their services.
Okay, good.
The reason we call it a digital village was because it was the idea that we have all of these wisdom keepers and masters and people that you can come inside of this village platform. Yeah. I just wanted a different word than platform. And you can learn these skills.
Yeah, I got it. I think actually I'm saying system just because it is what is a buzzword for me. But Quantum Evolution Digital Village is rather cool, because now it creates community, it's got tribe, to it, and then it allows them also for you to create commerce among all of your villagers, if you will. Are you considering taking a affiliate commission to anyone that goes into your marketplace?
We had considered that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the main reason we wanted to bring this together was because, one, we wanted to make sure that the right culture and community was being built, and that two, people had the resources and tools to be able to actually build and duplicate, because at the moment Healy has not created that. They're so busy just launching that they haven't.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's why I'm seeing this. This is what happens. You're being quite wise with leveraging a system that's already been proven, because it works. Otherwise, it's a big dump of money and it's a big pain in the ass.
Right.
So you're doing the right thing. The best thing that I would do is what we're just saying is certainly the objectives are, create a community for people to come to, give them training systems, see, this is where the languaging comes in. You're allowing the brand new person that has never worked a business online, never sold anything, to be successful. Because the differentiation we have to make is that everyone's going to watch the two of you and go, I can't be like that. I don't know the things that Max knows. I'm not as charismatic as Taryn, and I just can't do it. So now what makes this digital village so powerful is that it's going to help the newest person not only be successful, but learn how to become a high frequency entrepreneur, right? So that's really important. And then when we look at, you can layer the front end. I know the objective, of course, is selling Healy. Of course, that is the objective. But you guys would be very, very smart if you would build it and make sure that it holds that component of, once you get in, the system itself is $25 a month. If you bring in more of your team member, you get 30% of that, right? Whatever that means, whatever you would choose. Usually it's 30, sometimes it's 50. So then now you're building a front end offer. And that's the best thing to possibly do, especially with a brand new person. Because if they can get somebody in to send them 25 bucks and get into the system, and then they start learning what high frequency entrepreneurs think like, do, then the Healy's natural.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, completely.
Yeah. So that's how I would really structure it, and make sure that the offer is inside about Healy, but it wouldn't be, let me sell Healy on the inside. It may be a weekly selling team call that you guys make that has an affiliate page to it, that all of your people get the duplication of that page. That's how we built our tribe the best. We literally took it was a really simple page, and it had a big video on it. We streamed off of it, and it said, join our team now. We're doing Quantum Evolution's Digital Village today. And don't worry, whoever sent you here, you'll be connected directly. So it was already languaging. All you did is every week is you brought on new people from the Digital Village to talk about their experiences, what they've learned, what's going on. And all you do front end, you drive them into the village. That's it. Don't talk about Healy. Don't go crazy about Healy, because if you do, they're going to feel loaded, right? It'll feel loaded. You know what I mean? So what you do is all you do is start talking about what your team, you want as many people in your team as possible. And you want everyone to talk about this Quantum Evolution Digital Village. That's all you want them to talk about. Because if you, and I know that you guys do because you're super savvy, is that psychologically they want the Healy, but they may not buy it or take it because they really haven't been sold yet, that they're going to be supported, and that this thing can not just change their life, but actually help them make money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Where would you post that webinar, like the one you talked about?
I would, every single week, I would have because Zoom is so easy and we can stream now live, you literally could stream directly on, Larcy, did we figure out if we could stream an embed onto a page yet? Did that work last time?
No, it didn't work.
Okay, that didn't work, but we need to look at Google Hangouts again, because that used to work that way, didn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So there's still a way, guys, and there's this other thing that I just actually realized, another system for streaming. The reason why I say you need it on a page is because there is a certain plugin that you can put together in whatever system it is that allows for, I gotta remember the name of it, that allows for you to take they have to take the key, what's that word again? It's the
streaming key.
The API key from the company. So you're going to need to get access to the API key of the company, which they always will give it, especially if you're doing awesome stuff. And then this page that we make, it duplicates inside your system. And it gives every one of your people the live stream team, quantum edition, weekly, transformational call. And I guarantee you Gaz knows how to do this. Whoever's doing that piece for you, I'm sure they've done it. If not, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You need a duplicated affiliate-based page that would allow you to stream and allow that you to teach, train, sell, whatever you want it, and that allow people to bring their people there, and the button that they click on is connected to the link that they gave them. That's just all API, very simple stuff. Anyone that's great, because this is the reason why our stuff exploded, because I would just do calls every single week. It was team calls, but then we bring people on, we talk about cool stuff, we talk about vibration, we do meditations, we do everything possible. And we're like, if you are loving this tribe, this village we've got, join right now our digital village. We're gonna do this every week with you and for you. You can be part of it. You can learn how to be a high frequency entrepreneur. And that's all you're selling.
Yeah.
That's how online would work the best.
Yeah.
Because if you then have your list of, it's not only, they don't care about affiliate program yet, but you'll teach them why that's important on the inside. But if you say inside, we're going to teach you this, it's how to build a personal brand, how to become a high frequency entrepreneur, the steps that you need to take, the systems that you need, the resources that you need, the people you need to hang out, the books you need to read, like all that stuff. And they're like, oh my God, I'm going into a high frequency university, right?
Yeah.
And that's why people will join it.
Yeah.
So that right there alone, guys, is so attractive, right? No one talks like this about being part of an entrepreneur, high frequency entrepreneur system. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They talk about teaching, right?
And I like, I don't know, I just feel like there's all these, bits and pieces everywhere, but no one's like capsulated it all as just one. How do you become a high frequency human? Have a high frequency style, be a high frequency entrepreneur.
Exactly. This will be a 6-figure leg for you as well, but it'll also help drive, like I always like to back out what is the lifetime customer value, let's say for a brand new person, right? So if we say, look, John, we have the system for you and you're part of it. Here's your exclusive affiliate link. All we want you guys to do, because if you make it so simple for your team, all you have to do is get them to this call. That's it. And all you have to do is show them how to, and invite them saying, guys, I'm on this really awesome every week. It's this Quantum Evolution Digital Village. We have this weekly call about being a high frequency entrepreneur. You got to come. It's amazing. Like that's all their marketing message has to be. And then each week you would probably have a topic so that the team knows so they can share it, right? So you probably would do inside your system, like a schedule of each week of what you're talking about, so that they knew how to market it. You write the copy, they copy, whatever's written for that week, and then they just make these posts with their exclusive link.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, babe.
Great.
So many
people,
great people
that have already, like, they already are in this space, and we just have this is our special guest.
Yes.
There was 2 and 3 new people who just joined, and they said, like, this is so beautiful. This is such a home for me.
And so
Yeah.
the front end webinar, right? That then come into the platform that we would run every single week, and it's like a live thing, and people invited to every week, this front end thing. In the back end, do you feel like with Healy, we would need to have, we kind of have them already penciled in there, but closers, I know a lot of people call them coaches or whatever, but.
Yeah, so on the back end, what I would do is I would run it just like sorry, babe, I think we're dragging out, and all of a sudden I started talking over you. Are we back again?
Yeah, so because I'm just knowing that, again, I think we've got a lag.
Yeah, it's your internet, rather.
Is it my internet? Sorry, guys. 1 second. I have to change the router. Let me take a look because I keep messing up. 1 second.
I just ask one more thing.
Did we do the presentation? Did we talk about Healy or not talk about Healy in that webinar?
That's the thing. I think we talked about the community.
We just talk about the community. So
Same reason why we started actually content movement.
Yeah.
We never talk about it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it was so attractive. Rhonda.
I'm going to switch the router. I just had to bring it over that we were filming, and so we moved the router. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully that's
Rhonda,
better.
quickly, just because I'm a little bit slow and I'm very visual, and the internet is also slow. So now, regarding the webinar, I just would like to pick your brain. how do you?
I don't know if it's your internet or mine.
It's yours, Rhonda.
Moving in the office. It's mine. Thanks, Larcy. Okay, my fault. No, it's my fault, guys. I was filming in here and I moved the router and I think I goofed things up. So it should be better here because I'm right next to it.
It's better.
Okay, good. All right, keep talking. I'm here with you.
So regarding this webinar, okay, I get it. We also understand we want to have the message in the webinar, not pointing on Healy, but pointing on the community, the amazing people about lifestyle strategy and so forth. This is what I want to do. But now I want to know, how do you see that? Like, okay, we have a website which is probably linked to our platform anyway, where the webinar is linked on. So now people take other people to the webinar.
Mm-hmm.
From there, do you see the people will go eventually to the platform? Like, you said there's a link, or what, how does it?
So, gosh, I wish we could find one of those old pages, Larcy. It's really simple, guys, and you don't make it difficult to get in. Usually, what I probably would do, I know what I'm going to do, is this is how we would do it. First off, we want to start collecting a lead, right? So what you would do is we would use a opt-in page where it would be about, I'm going to go to this one page. I think Get Booked might be good. Larcy, if you can hand me the controls, I'll show you guys something. So all it is we'll have them opt in. So it'll say join team, quantum, or just the Quantum Evolutions Digital Village. This week's call is about this. So it's the opt-in page. It has exactly what they're going to get. And they just give you their email. We could even have it set up, or whoever you're doing it with could set it up to where they just push Facebook register and it registers them using their Facebook. So that's usually kind of a sexy way that people don't feel obligated or off. The only difference is the coding would have to be right from the front, but it would be because it's API connected. So then once they see what it is, they then register. And from the registration is when they go to the live stream page. So I'm going to show you this because it's a decent example. And it's an actual, like, you can use WordPress. We use ClickFunnels because it's a lot easier usually. But it looks just like this. Let me just, since I'm talking, I'm going to show you. Because once you get this stuff, you guys will get so addicted to having pages that are like your team can use. So this one is quite simple, yet it's very, very, very effective because let's say your team had access to a page like this. This one's just kind of, right? So they share it like, oh, this, and it says Quantum, it's got all your pictures, it's really beautifully done, right? And all they do is just go right inside. Now inside is when the live broadcast will run, all right? So they're inside, and the way these new broadcasts can run, there's one.
Hi, Rhonda Swan, I am the CEO.
Is they can be embedded on here on this page. So we want people privately to be invited so that they know every week you can be part of, right, the Quantum Evolution Digital Village and the weekly call. So on the front end, you get that email. So maybe those people don't buy the first time. But what happens? Probably the third and fourth call that they're on, because the email will be reminded every week to them. They'll get an email every week. This week's call is about this. Those people, now you're building the front end pipeline. And this is when things really start to get very, very fun, because as people are inviting, they're loading up, they're showing up. So how the page would work is we would embed the code, meaning you either go with YouTube, which is easy to do. You can stream through YouTube. And then we just take the codes every day, every time you do your call, we start it and then grab the code and you drop it on this page, right? My assistant Larcy does this, she's did this for me for years. And all you do is you start the live, that gives you a code and you just drop it. It's really easy. It's kind of ninja. So now you guys are actually streaming right here and you're talking to them and hanging out, right? But right here is a button. Now this is a super big button, but what we typically will do for stuff like that is we don't show the button until like halfway through, or it's time, right? We time it so that as they're staying engaged, it says, join the digital village now. You can be part of this. This is what you're going to get. And that's always just your close. So your calls are structured all the time. Very high value, very, very high value. And then the close is very small. So it's like 90 to 10. so that you're like, and everyone here, I hope you enjoyed the call today. Look, you can join the Digital Village now, be part of, Quantum Evolution, meet myself, meet Taryn, come on the inside. We're going to teach you all this, right? That would be the call to action every time. I would suggest then too, at the bottom, it might say like, this is the benefits of joining the team, this, all that stuff. So it's like a sales page, but it's such a high value, robust sales page that people go gaga over it. And then boom, they just click, they hit that button. And this of course is a pop-up. When they hit that button, it'll say join, the village now. And it's either going to be the entry page to the system, the platform, whatever, however you want to get them in, need to get them in. It could be like that first email that they ask for, and then they go into the actual sales page. Does that make sense? Like, this is an application, but
would be all connected to an API, since somebody would have referred them to the webinar, right? So
yeah,
they will be followed around and nothing gets
yeah,
lost.
it's called cookied. They actually get sticky cookied.
Mhm.
And use that languaging if you're working with a technical person. Say, look, I need to make sure that I get the API from the company. I want to build 2 pages, one for opting in with the list. Second one, I want to build for a live stream. And I'll give you guys some ideas for certain platforms that can be embedded, but YouTube Live is actually easy and awesome. And then the button, and then for them, they would link it to however they get into the system. But it'll follow them everywhere. The sticky cookie basically links onto that person for 30, 90 days. They just set it that way.
You are not only beautiful, Rhonda, you're also extremely smart.
Oh, darn, thanks. I like to lead with the brain and then lead with the beauty. The beauty is just a big, powerful smash. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right? So this would be really, really awesome for you guys. Just that alone would be all you would need. Like, really, that's just that alone.
To confirm, this front end, we don't even talk about Healy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You can, but you could hurt that audience. And what happens is when you're training the team on the inside, and this is stuff that I do very, very well, and I'll definitely help guide you guys. On the inside, there's certain language that we need to use, right? Suggestive languaging, that they're safe, that they can do it, and that anyone you bring in will only be taught and receive content about being a high frequency entrepreneur. So that you're making your brand competition proof, right? And you're also, and I always do this, I always say you're building a wedge between the company and yourself, because really you want to, this is your IP now. This is your IP and no one can duplicate it. And if something ever happens, you actually have a company still. And all you do is put a different offer in the back end.
That's the thing.
Healy go tits up. We've got a whole community there. We just add another product.
That's why all 3 companies, I was number 1, because all I did is go, oh, same system, new offer. No one knew, right? Yeah, this is a big one.
Look, when we talk, people come into the platform now. Obviously, it becomes Healy, right? We are not, since Taryn said it already, like Healy is so freaking amazing and phenomenal. We got to talk about it eventually.
Of course.
But teach people what it is, what's about, how do you make a business, what are you going to learn, secrets.
100%. So that would be, I'm not saying don't ever talk about it on the front end. What I'm sharing is that most of the content should be so value-based that makes them want in. Because in the doors is where all of the magic happens. That's where, like, behind the curtain, right? So in there is where you do a welcome video, which I'm assuming you're doing. We are the head of this. This is what we're going to teach you how to do. We're also going to show you one of the high ticket offers that we use not only to help us physically, but to help us financially. And that's called the Healy, right? So they're like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'll pay per month to learn this stuff. And then you'll have calls, internal calls. So you have to have a weekly outside sales call, an internal Healy, make it into a business call. That's where the close comes from, and that's where the upsells come from. I upsold 90% of my team's people by doing this system, because I would do the one outside, sell them to get them in. They started making like small money. It was like, oh, we used to call it money while you sleep money. Right? They're like, I just made $20. Like, people are pumped. They'll stick around if they make $20, right? On the system. And then you do your call, which is the team sales call, opportunity call on the inside.
Right. So is this where we don't need then?
That's where you make all your closes and your upsells.
We do inside webinars once a week, for example, as well. That's what you would suggest.
Oh,
huh?
fantastic. That's what you would do. Yeah. You already do that now, you saying?
We do our sales webinars, but not inside our platform because we don't have the platform yet. But yeah,
We do it inside Facebook.
Well, okay, perfect. Inside of a group, you do it?
Yeah.
That's great. So you're making it still exclusive. The moment that you actually tell all of your members that now there's a private internal, right, system, that they'll get the system, but you'll always run streaming live in your group. You'll always do it that way, right? So now the ones in the group are only buyers of the system. Get that? So
Yeah.
the group goes from, hi, it's a free group, to I need to pay $25 to be in this because I want to learn more, but I get free calls. Free live calls every week is so worth it to people, right?
Yeah.
So they'll just pay that until, and that's what Gaz did so well. The Gaz helps people close Gaz sales so they could save up for the high ticket offers.
and we're actually already famous for our presentations and everything like that. So people will happily do that, I'm sure.
More than ever. And you'll, because you'll know your audience and what they like, certainly you'll probably be able to inject stuff about Healy way sooner, right? But in the marketing world, our side, I had to really get them to know, like, and trust me, and trust that everything I was showing them could be translated for everything else. And then I finally said, just join me in this company, right? So then it's like, oh, that makes total sense. She already taught me how to be a marketer. Now let me use a high ticket offer. So I would always never sell my offer. I would always go, look, I'm teaching you how to be a marketer. What do you want to build? What kind of brand do you want? What kind of products can you sell? Use what I'm teaching you right now to go do that now. Oh, and by the way, if you want to make it easy, you can buy this and you can make $3,000 on it. And they're like, okay, fine, I'll take that too, right? So it's just the way that we frame it.
Okay, so the first webinars to bring them in, we show them how to become frequency entrepreneurs, mindset, community. We offer them on the cherry on the ice cream or on the cream, a Healy, where they can make financially get there, right?
Yep, absolutely.
But it should not be hidden, of course, never ever. I think we should always talk about the Healy, but maybe it's same like your clothes, 90-10, 10%.
Yeah, exactly.
Community mindset, what we're going to do. And we use the Healy obviously to raise our frequency, to go on different levels and be the way we are.
Yeah, and you're always just bringing on different people. Each of those calls you should do a little topic, like 10, 15 minutes. And then all you're doing is bring on others that have had similar results. And then you can, at that time is when you're talking about, the system has been great, or I've learned all this stuff. And then they say, and I also am using the Healy to heal myself. So then they can talk about the sale more so, right? They love the team, the camaraderie, everything that they get. But then they start talking about the value that the product gave them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it an easy transition. It's when you are the ones always selling it, people get turned off. But the moment someone else starts to talk about it, because their lives just changed, and you're in, and you won't get in trouble for saying things. This is a case study. This is someone that's telling you, right? You're not claiming anything.
On top of your head, Rhonda, like now we have the webinar, so people get interested. Then they come on our platform, and the first thing they see is the dopamine video. Let's say 5 minutes video of lifestyle, nice yacht here, bum fly there, Bali, whatever. Now people get excited. Then they will sign up and say, like, okay, pay the $49.99. You get your money back after 14 days if you don't like it. Jump in, and then we have the first, let's say, 5 videos. To learn about Healy, to say what is the why behind all this, what's the community, why we should join, blah, 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 blah. On top of your head, how would you structure those videos?
Yeah.
If it's 3, 5, 10, how many videos and how long, and like on top of
Yeah. I think I actually might even have our course outline here. I mean, I've launched, 100 and some 40 courses in the last 24 months. I'll give you an idea. I think I have a slide I'll show you. Ideally, the first 4 or 5 need to be value-based. A welcome, this is what you're going to learn. Number 1 should be obviously your why. Them understand what their why is, not the why of the Healy, because remember, it's got to be about them first. If it starts to become about you and the product, they're already going, I'm getting too sold. So we've got to walk them through what their why is. And now the mindset of an entrepreneur, even your relationship with money, limiting beliefs, just that alone. Now, most of your people may already understand it, but you're already handling objectives from the start, because it's about what is your limiting beliefs about money, but also about frequencies. Do you understand what frequencies can do for your body, and why we talk here at the Quantum Evolution, Digital Village, so much about frequency. So you're layering in a sales process behind why frequencies are so vital, and the way that they think, the way that they eat, the things that they touch, right? Everything's a frequency. So I would teach that first, and like 4 to 5 entry value-based videos, which is kind of like your first step to becoming I would think about creating a ascension model, which is like your first steps to learning about being a high frequency. Then your discovery, right? Then it's they've got to go from simple to growth to your self-actualized high frequency entrepreneur. And those are self-actualized are the ones at the top. And those are the ones that are all in. They bought the core, right? So you start to make them identify with the level that they're in, so that everyone wants to be the badasses, right? At the top. So they either go all in quickly, or they take the small steps. So that first education piece, I would layer in what the milestones that a high frequency entrepreneur needs to have to become self-actualized. Is that whatever those languages sound for you, those wordings? So it's either being like, I'm just vibrating at a low level, right? Boom, I'm self-actualized. So then they see, these are the steps that I need to go to get there. And then of course it's not only action, but it's also investment.
Yeah.
So all that.
Is that we sort of drop that in, we say, look, there are 7 steps, or there's 3 steps, and we will get inside that, which is like the next section, right?
Exactly. So you educate on what they need to know. Then, so that would be, let's say, phase 1. And then the second phase is now where you're talking about the opportunity. I'm going to actually share my screen, because I do think I have a few of these examples for you guys that it would really help you understand.
We really want to communicate is what we're going to put in those videos, that it's correct, and right.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. I think I have, where am I at? Ascension model. Let me open this. The video shouldn't be longer than 5 to 8 minutes, no longer. If they're longer,
all of them. Like if
really you want to keep their attention,
yes.
And and you may lose them if you go too long.
That's
yeah. So let me just pull this one up. So typically we go with, where the heck is my slides? Oh, they're not here. I think could be it. If you go with any longer than 8 to 12 minutes on an education piece, they're gone. Because remember, their awareness scale is at the very lowest level. So if you're talking about comp plans, you're talking about frequencies, their awareness scale you're either not aware at all, then you become problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and then you become fully aware, right? That's how we become actualized and why we make decisions to buy. So if we're going too high and we're like going into product and solution aware, they won't listen anymore, right? So those little micro pieces inside of a course like this is what creates the successes. So I would say you touch on comp plan stuff, 5 to 8 minutes max, or maybe have a video that they watch, instruction video.
Yeah.
But if you go longer than that, you need to have a lot of supplemental material or additional add-on videos, because you'll keep people in the loop if they are only listening to 5, max 12. So you could say 8 to 12 if you think that you go a bit long-winded. Your long ones should be on the outside and on the sales calls. That's pretty much it. The inside needs to walk them through micro steps of yes, yes, yes. All we're doing is doing stuff to make them go, yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. To the point where on the last section, which is self-actualized, meaning they're either ready to go all in now or they've already done it, right? So here, this is a good example. That's what I want to show you. Okay. Yeah, so how we look at and how we build things are, let me see here if my slides are, come on, get this. Can you guys see that? You've seen the colors and stuff of these courses?
Yep. Right.
Okay, excellent. Okay, perfect. Let me see which one I want to show you first. That's a funnel. Okay, so this is one of our outlines that we showcase to help our clients put the course material together. And we just follow the simple stuff, simple stuff, right? Just what is it, just to outline it. And then, of course, this is all it really needs. What's inside of the video so you can film it. But all you need to know is what are the main points of the video that they have to know, which is the title. The action steps they will take to achieve that, whatever that is, right? So whatever you're teaching them, and it could be every one of them need a call to action. So if it's a comp plan, you need to say, okay, now to get to this level, this is your next steps, right? So those are languaging that always has to be embedded in every one of them. And then, of course, this is the takeaways today. We taught you about high frequency and how it can not only help your body, your mind, but your money. So now remember, here at Healy, in part of the evolution team, is we all go all in, whatever you guys call it, to become self-actualized. Keep watching or say I'm self-actualized now and let us know. We'll move you forward. So you're always, embedding that type of command. And then, of course, we either just add in supplemental material, and then this is just a simple outline. But this part, this framework is really important to have in every single module, this exact framework. So.
But this is back-end stuff, huh? I mean,
yeah, this is all the back-end stuff, like what to say in each of them. Is that what you were asking me?
Yeah, I'm still at the let's call it shortly after sign up.
Okay.
We have two goals, right? Well,
okay.
But the first one is, of course, after the webinar, to sign up to the platform.
Yep.
The platform, they see these 5 videos about the why we're doing this, all
yep.
this stuff for them, right?
Yep.
To then purchase a Healy. Now, when they purchase the Healy, they will come into the back end and get all the additional training and everything whatsoever. And of course, share the platform to other people as an affiliate as well.
Okay, let me stop you then. So what you're saying to me, because I misunderstood and I would like to understand that, is that you are wanting them only to get the first front end and then buy Healy now, opposed to walking them through, and nothing's right or wrong. I'm just trying to understand where you're at.
Yeah, that's I think where we just going a little bit apart, because ultimately we want to have them sign up the Healy. So we need to talk about the Healy. So maybe you explain that. So no, you want to explain it? Or?
Yeah, I remember. I actually do think we're on the same page. I think that we go inside to basically the why, like I guess building the dream in their mind of why they want to be part of this, and kind of some of these things and the 3 secret steps or whatever they are. Then kind of the next bit is educating to purchase, right? So which is what looks like your guidelines are. So why? Okay, we want to have a high frequency, high ticket item. Okay, so what is this high frequency, high ticket item? We want to have, all these things that are inside there.
Yeah, we're on the same page. The only difference that I would just, nothing right or wrong, I would ask is if someone comes in and they really love that they're going to be part of something, and then they're stopped from actually being able to stay in and be part of it in order to get the additional what they're paying for per month within the system, they have to buy the Healy first. You'll lose that 80% of your income that goes to 20% of your customers. Because what happens in this format is that 80% of your income will come to 20%, but what do you do with the other 80? You keep them in the system, learning from you until they're ready to buy. So that's customer value optimization. So my only suggestion would be is in the beginning, certainly you do this, like this is an ascension model for courses, but it does work for you. Free is that outside, thing that we're doing. Then the low ticket, let's say they pay $25, just say, right? But then they're in the inside. So on the inside, they still get something, meaning they get those 5 videos, but I suggest is to give them more than they can even imagine having on learning to be a high frequency, because that's the offer. Remember the promise? Promise, we're going to teach you how to be a high frequency entrepreneur. But if we say required to get there, you got to buy the Healy, they're out. You lost 80%. Yes. So if you do guide them in saying now your next step is that you are choosing now to become the, whoops, are we there still?
You're there.
Okay, yep. Sorry, I went off the screen. So what you could do is in those first 5, let's say that's like your onboarding, right? Onboarding is that they still get the other categories, if you will, meaning marketing, this, and this, these other, how to make money, how to do this. They'll get all those categories, but you make one video that is about making a decision of how you want to navigate as a high frequency entrepreneur. These are the things that you need. You need a system, you need an offer, and you need traffic or a marketing system or a marketing sales process, right? Those are the three things that you need. So what we are going to teach you here inside of our system, being part of the village, is how you get all of those. Now, our highest recommendation, number one, is you are in the system. Welcome. You've got a system. Did you know that any person that you invite to the same call you went to and allow us to share how to become a high frequency entrepreneur is your first way to building your business? So we're speaking into their existence. So all you need to do right now, register down below how to get your affiliate link. Boom, you now have a business, and it's called referring people to our village. Now, remember, this is a great offer because people are going to learn the things that you just learned. But next, they're also, if you notice down below, they're going to learn how to be a marketer, how to use online marketing, how to build a brand. They're going to learn how to create high ticket offers. Like all of a sudden, they're like, holy shit, this is a real business that I'm in, and you really haven't forced them to do anything quite yet. So now we're future-scaping what you're already giving them, right? So number one's a system. Second is traffic, meaning we're going to show you how to, all you got to do is take this link, invite people to the very call you came to, and they register and sign up just like you did, right? So you're telling them how it's going to work. And next is you need a high ticket offer. Now, I don't know if you have one yet. You might have a brick and mortar. You might be a coach. You might be a this. You might be a salon owner. You might be all that. And this is amazing because you can bring people right into this system and be just as supported as you are. But the great thing about it is we're also connected to one of the highest, most well-known high frequency top tier products on the industry. We're a category creator. What does that mean? We have created a category in the industry for people that understand what we're, right, the high frequencies, like go through that. And it's called the Healy. Now, you're going to learn a lot more about the Healy, but some of you might say, I want to know about the Healy right now, right? And I want it now because I actually want to make high ticket money. So you just gave a whole, video course on the things that they need. And I would do 3 videos, system, traffic, offer, because that's you're teaching them real offers. And then that's when they decide, okay, I need the Healy now. So you could do it that way. And then of course they're in, so they're paying $25 a month. You get reoccurring commissions for your people. You get reoccurring commissions, and you have a drive of people that when one of your calls rocks and they all register, you now know what to do better. But if you're always waiting for the first sale, you're going to lose the 80%. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a different way for us to think about it because the way that we sell is, and like immediately I'm like, well, I'm not an expert at systems, traffics, and offers.
That's the great part about it. I could do 3 videos with you. Like,
yeah,
like you got to remember, if you start giving them so much value, it doesn't have to be about you. It's like maybe a special guest but you're telling them, you're not teaching them it. You're saying, this is what you need. You need a system. You're in, you already have it. Your offer could be this small system, this small offer. You need traffic, just a way to take a link and get people to that's traffic, right? They need to be taught how to bring people to your call so you can sell them. We do all the selling for you. And then you need a high ticket offer. I don't know if you have one, but we do. You just taught them because you are an expert in all of these 3 things because you have it, right? And then I can come on and do calls with them and educate them in different ways. But man, you do something like this, people are just gonna be like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm in.
It's a different way of thinking now, which is good.
Yeah, you guys can decide, certainly. I look at what's called CVO, customer value optimization, right? That's how we have such high levels of lifetime customer value, because I just squeeze them all until they keep loving what I have to say and they finally buy. Yeah. And they do, because a lot of them will sit around for a long time, but if they get in and they're kicked out because they didn't buy, what's the use of the front end offer then?
Yeah.
And what's the use of helping a guy make his first $20? Like, that's valuable. That's why Gaz did so well, because they actually knew how to do it. And that's how we ran all of our systems too. Because you want a pipeline.
What do you want
Just, well, because it's just something that has happened today, and I haven't fully gone through this with you yet. But
Surprise.
but so I just got linked in with a big Hollywood celebrity, right? Who had a massive big awakening and has completely changed his whole life, got connected to Healy, and he feels like it's now his mission and purpose to help people with this, because he got some kind of download on all the plant medicines that he's had. And so he had said, you know, I want to align with Healy. Like, I feel like this is what I want to align with. He wants me to connect him with Marcus and Christian and all that, because he's like, you know, I would give this to every fucking celebrity that there is, because it's all happening. The celebrities are waking up. There's stuff in the community. There's people doing these plant medicines, and when they get a hold of this, they're going to be excited about it, and which we've already seen. I mean, we have Mike Tyson had the exact same conversation, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, do we connect him to Healy, or do we keep him in our platform? Because he's like, I'm prepared to invest. I
would keep it. That's your USP. Like, that's your,
I
come
know.
on. And you want him to join your team, not the team that gets to meet him. Everyone. Right? Really? I would hold that in your pocket.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's beautiful because there's so much value in giving people of awakening as well. Right?
Yeah.
And making them. This is the thing, but I feel like we are quite close to the deadline already. You know, if we think about all the value, it's quite easy to do it for the Healy thing. You know, and doing excitement. Why Healy? Bum, bum, bum. If you don't like it, just drop. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, we want to give those people signing up for Healy. You know, because also our mindset of this platform is not profit driven. We are sharing everything back to the community. You know?
Come on, let's just be real. You're an entrepreneur. If you're saying that, then I'm gonna call you bullshit. Because we're entrepreneurs. We are doing, our time is money. So I don't take that. It can be a small amount, but it's also valuable.
But in the same way that
I'm just kidding.
Of giving back, that we would have been giving back anyway. You know, instead of it coming out of our own pockets to do incentive trips and all that sort of stuff and all these masterminds that we get people at, the platform pays for it, not us. So it's giving the community, they feel like, you know, we're just reinvesting back in you. But it's stuff that we would have been investing in anyway. So
of course. But now you're making it an actual money-driven entrepreneurial system, right? Because you're paying for all your front-end time and energy. You're going to need staff. You're going to need admin. That stuff has to be covered. Like, you can't run these systems without having, there's a constant problem, right? Tech, admin, customer support. Like, you got to have someone that's going to man that, and someone's going to have to be paid. That's the reason. So when people ask that, you're like, yeah, the whole system, it's self-funded. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, you need to be able to charge for it because it's going to become self-funded. But if you only take the front ends that want to buy the Healy, then you've lost the whole magic behind a front-end offer, is what it's really called, a front-end offer. Front-end offers fuel and pay for the second tier. They pay for the current system. Then the second tier offers is what pays your bills. Third tier offers is what pays for your lifestyle, right? Like, that's how I look at it.
Yes, it's a lot to think about.
And it might challenge you, and you might do it differently, and you might go, oh, darn it, Rhonda, I've lost 80% of our people that keep bringing their grandmas and their people in, and the grandmas don't get it yet because they're watching these people on this thing, and they buy it because their kids tell them to, and then they just didn't learn anything, and it doesn't make any sense. And they're asking me to buy $3,000 worth of product, and I'm out.
The platform you created, like, is there any of those platforms still online?
I don't think we have. Yeah, no. Mirror Image Marketing is gone. Income's Unlimited. They were all owned by another system. I actually probably could call those guys, and they probably have it on their server. They're very good friends of ours. I could try to see.
Need to. I'd like to visualize the whole thing more. Is there slides you can share with us just to get our head on this?
To get your mind. Well, on the system side of it all, I don't think I have anything here on the system side, because this is more for, how to set up the course levels and CVO, so you can maximize what you're doing. Let me see, is this one? No, this is just webinar stuff. So I think more than ever, here's one. This is what I do. This is what I do best. Okay. We build great things, but unless we have a system like Starbucks or McDonald's, we're just constantly doing individual, selling, and it does work. But when you want to turn it to like a machine and help others that don't know how to be you make money, this is how you do it.
Mm.
And so, right, so this is where, it's all about traffic. It could be a person, it could be any kind of social. Because you guys could actually start marketing. You can get a really great video and market to join people to register for your weekly quantum evolution frequency call, high frequency entrepreneur call. This could be its own entity. That's why I say go lightly on the Healy, because this is a viable product, right? And you could be marketing it. People are like, I want to come to the high frequency team or high frequency call. So that's what the lead magnet is. That's the freebie. Okay, that's the lead magnet. Now you get in and you're giving them all kinds of free value and they say, yep, I'm in. So now the offer tripwire is the system, the platform. That's the tripwire. Like, hey, keep staying, stick around. You can get on the inside. This is what we're going to give you. Boom. If they say yes, they're immediately offered the core product along with core training. So I didn't say don't sell them the Healy. I said give them the right stuff, sell them the Healy, but then let them stay in. And the reason why is this. Okay, well, shoot. Let me show you. Okay, so they said yes, this is core product. If they said no, now they get stuck in this follow-up series that reminds them every week about the call, and it reminds them every week about the internal call. The internal call is the one that you sell the upsell on.
Healy.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the no. Now the yes is from the tripwire, from right off of your first the weekly call. They get the core product, which is on the inside. If they say no, same thing. You keep talking to them about the core product. Now this is when the follow-up series is testimonials. It's a layer of about 7 to 8, if not more, of everything that's happened and why this business and why this Healy has worked, right? So this is what this is all for. This whole section is all the no's, and all they're doing is getting filled with awesome stuff, okay? And then again, if they said yes in an email, boom, they go back to that core product because now they're in. They buy the Healy. If they say no, they get the follow-up series. If they say yes, boom, now we call what's called an offer profit maximizer. This is where there's either something bigger than just the Healy, or it's the Healy upgrade, or it's your VIP retreats. Okay? We do it like this. It allows you now to literally have a big pipeline of people. 20% are going to buy immediately. That's what they do. They're early adopters. But the others are like, what am I going to do with these guys? You keep sending them emails, keep talking to them, keep inviting them every week, seeing testimonials of people's successes. They're in the group and they get to stay in the group. That's a high value piece as well.
Yeah.
You get to stay in the group, you get the offer, you get the course. And then people constantly go, oh my God, my life has changed. And they keep posting. You just encourage them to do that. Right? And then this is the Healy, is your core offer. And this is that super sexy profit maximizer, which is theirs, an event or yours. I personally made every profit maximizer 100% commission to me because I would make my own events, right? So every time the company had an event, I also had our national event 3 days before. So the team had theirs 3 days before, and then we went to the national event, just like a huge community. Like we had foam fingers and we walk around and they're like, oh my God, and then we know each other, right? And you walk in the big event like bosses.
Yeah. Do you know what the brain snap is a little bit? Is that it hasn't been very hard to sell Heelys. So
hold on, you keep forgetting. This isn't about you.
Yeah. And I guess that's the thing is we need to start, because like pretty much we can sell a Healy to anyone. And I would say it's like 80% say yes and 20% say no. Like it's just not that often that someone says no. And so, but then if that's like, it's probably fair to say that the people that have not been in this industry and they're not so tapped in like we are to it, they're probably having a lot more no's than we ever know.
Yes, this is what happens, right, in team duplication. You can be a rock star, but unless your team can duplicate, you're just a good salesperson, period, right? So how we create duplication and trust and belief that they can do it is we give them the right systems that they need. Now, it doesn't mean, I'll remove some of that mind block. It doesn't mean you don't sell them the Healy right away. It just means you let the others stay for $25 a month, let's say, in the group, in the community, so that you're, right? Did I cut out?
You're just offering enough value all the time that anyone that did say no, which that could be a lot higher proportion than we ever see, because we only really see the closing ends of that.
That's right.
So they're just still circulating in there. I mean, a lot of the things that you said to me, I was like, we do this anyway. We just didn't structure it that way. In call anyway, where I get someone to come in and talk about mindset or social media.
Yep.
We do it anyway. I guess the thing is now it wouldn't be the team. We wouldn't have a team call. Well, we still could have a directive team call, but it's more like, here is our value to you being in the community all the time. It just is also the front end funnel.
That's right. See, now you're creating a sales process. So
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're just putting it together so it works together, so that when you aren't the ones talking to that guy, he's watching a video going, I want to really dig into this. What is this? Right? So you can have thousands of eyeballs learning about being a high frequency entrepreneur and the things that you need. And they're going, offer? I didn't know what that was, because most of them don't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to constantly go, you need a high ticket offer, this is what the Healy does, you're gonna make commissions. They're gonna go, what? It's the awareness scale. So all we're trying to do is take away energy from you to sell, let the system sell it for them, and you're just doing the same things you do. Bring them to the front end, close them on the inside. Let the system do all the work so that your closes make total sense. Right? And they've already been educated. Like I used to have, they had to go through the first 2, let's say, series of content before they could join the first onboarding call, the team call.
Yeah.
So we made sure they understand our language. They made sure they knew our culture. They knew the comp plan, everything they had to learn first in order to be invited. And that's part of the onboarding, right? So you either have a sales guy, like you had mentioned, you could have an opportunity to, when they first get in that first section, let's say those first 5, you could have an option saying, I want to talk to someone about the Healy and not the business opportunity, like as a button, and they schedule a call, or I'm just here to learn a bit more, give me some time. So you actually take 2 people right in the front that says, I'm here because I'm ready to build this business and learn more, and I want a Healy. And the other button could be, just give me a little time, let me learn more.
Yeah.
So now that could help both of your sticking points. So, because I know we want to sell, we want to close, but I also don't want us to lose those other ones that your people work so hard to get to you that may not be ready.
True.
Because they just didn't do a good job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So Rhonda, because he's so on fire.
So you get me going, guys. You better watch out.
Quickly, because we went through it one more time now after understanding what you're saying. The 5 videos when they come in, understanding first their why they want to become, and why they should be a high frequency entrepreneur, right? This thing. How would you go on, step by step? How would you continue, and then the 10% of Healy, how would you bring that in?
Yeah. How do you guys have the outline of the way your system's set up? Because I'm speaking the way that I logically place systems together, but I don't actually know how the frame has been set up in there.
Okay, you want to explain it? I think okay, I explain. So first of all, the webinar, of course, then when they jump on the website, they see the dopamine video. Okay, 5 minutes, amazing footage, testimonials, people speaking I used to hear it, blah, blah, it changed my life, this and this, or whatever, quantum changed my life, right?
Yeah.
So they get excited, cool music, amazing video. And then they say, okay, sign up here. And then they have the possibility to, pay $50 and get the money back guarantee if they don't like it. All right, so there's nothing to lose. So they jump in, and then the first thing they see is 5, 6, 7 videos or 5 videos to go through step by step. So they have to really check the box to get through there in order to reach the back end. This is correct?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you thought. So these 5 videos, they will bring them to the back end where they then can have maybe these 2 button options, buy a Healy now, be more about everything.
Yeah.
And so this is more or less the setup. And then in the back, you have trainings about spirituality, about entrepreneurship, about this and that and so forth. So this is the setup. So the first step on the platform is these 5 videos. After the dopamine video, these 5 videos will be teaching people what everybody will be taught who pays the $50 to get more people in and understand about the automation of the whole system. Does it make sense, first of all, for you?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And what it means is that you would have a sales page for the system itself, so that people can share with you. They can send people just directly there to the sales page. That's basically the sales page. Then you have your your live broadcast page. So the live broadcast page can either connect directly to the sales page, but that's where the button goes, or you just have a direct order now, get in, because you don't want to make them shop anymore, right? So you want that sales page, that's perfect, because anyone could get there, or they could say, oh, just join our team, it goes here, right? That's perfect, they want that. But then the live broadcast page is the one that's connected to the API as well. That's the one that would go directly to that $50 order form.
Yeah.
So they get 2 sales pieces. One, it probably has a / their affiliate number, I'm sure, on the sales page, right? It should have an affiliate / their affiliate number or name on the sales page. And then you'd have to just create that one for the live broadcast page. So then they get 2. So if they like to bring people to learn and listen to you, great. If they don't, they just say get into the system. So I think that's perfect. And then we get in, right? They have to be, welcome. This is why we built this team. But now that's your welcome video. The why video is, let's start with what it takes to become a high frequency entrepreneur. You got to know your why. What are you here for? What gets you out of bed every morning? Like what, gets you to think about and talk about all day long without having to eat? Like these are the kind of things that people go, oh yeah, I know that, right? And so you help them work through finding their why. Yeah. And then I would go from finding your why to finding, why are you actually here now? You might have your why, but why are you here? Are you looking to build a business? Are you looking to become more healthy? Are you looking to become more of a high frequency physical being and maybe an entrepreneur? Like you got to seed all those things that they're there for. So, right? Because they may all come with different reasons. And if we cater to that reason, it might be health, but then they might realize, ooh, if I stick around, now I do want to become a high frequency entrepreneur, right? And make it a business. So that's where we start to get, that's how we get them all in, we keep that. And then from the goal system, I would help them, set up. Now let us share with you the 3 things that you really need. Guys, I'm actually going to give you a video. I did a video series of this exact thing. Like it's the one I exactly did for my team. I totally forgot. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me get my phone because I can show you something right now and you'll get what I'm talking about.
Cool.
I just have to, the links I just gave them to someone. I just remembered. I just remembered. And it's so funny because you guys know my office, so you know exactly what I'm doing, running from room to room. Okay, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. In fact, holy shit, you're going to love this because this is the funnel that we can create for you guys with Javen because, of course, you work started with me. And, oh my gosh, I'm very excited to even show you guys this. Okay.
So that would be step 3 after the why you're here, right?
Yes. So you'll do this exact step 3, which is this is what you need. If you're going to work online or build anything, you need system, which we have, traffic, which I will teach you and I'll tell you about it, and then offer. Right? So then they're starting to go, I get it. Right? And then if we do the film rights, and you could do multiple, like one would be system, one would be traffic, one would be offer. Because then the offer one is when you say, you need a high ticket offer, meaning you need something that is a higher pay. If we can't make a lot of money with $25, but you can be part of the system and make that. But well, you want to make money that can help you travel, do this, right? And then that's when you start to seed into why the Healy is not only the most perfect add-on to becoming a high frequency entrepreneur because it helps you physically, but it also makes you money. Then you start selling heavy in the Healy in that first 5 videos. Let me drop these on and I'll show you what I'm talking about now because it's going to be quite cool. Let me drop them here. Yeah, okay. Super cool. Now I'm just going to give you an idea so then you can actually, I'll give you these to look at and then you can basically even copy my everything I say. But I get into marketing talk, but you don't have to get into marketing talk. You can actually talk about what you know, and I can help you do this, guys. I mean, this is what I do for a living. And, okay. Now, this is an old funnel, but what this is, let me show you now. What this will do is give you the idea that you needed. I can't believe I had forgotten. This makes it so funny, I forgot. Lars, it's doing it again, babe. May I have the sharing? Okay, there we go. I did it. Thank you. Okay. This is gonna blow your mind. Oh, no, Larcy, it won't let me share. I wonder if it's something with Zoom.
Okay, let me do it again.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, this is video 1. Okay. All right. So this is the exact system set up. Larcy, we also have the old funnel as well, don't we? That was part of this. That where we brought them into the system so they could actually buy the product. Well, you can find that for you guys after.
Right,
All right.
I can check.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this. So.
Hey everyone, how are you? This is Rhonda Swan, the unstoppable mama of the unstoppable family.
Okay, I'm gonna move this. Okay. So you'll learn how to
retire myself from being a corporate executive for 10 years, but also retire my husband Brian and still maintain the type of income that we used to make. In fact, just recently, we just cracked the code of hitting over 6 figures in 1 month. How do we do that?
So
everyone asks,
so
what are you guys doing? Did you win the lottery? It's actually quite opposite. We're going to be sharing.
And so now I'm going to show you the next one because this is when it starts to get juicy, and this is what you can copy all this stuff.
The very first one, without.
Say it again.
That was the number 1. The secret code was the first video ever, like the dopamine, like getting people excited.
That's exactly right. Exactly. Right? That's exactly right. Because it's like educating them, bringing them in, like, what is this all about, right? This is the one that now that I go into systems, right, traffic and offers, which you can totally duplicate in one of yours.
I'm having a great time right now at the beach with my family. But what I want to do today, as promised in the last video, is I'm going to map out the Freedompreneur formula that we've utilized for the last 10 years to create incredible results and to live this kind of lifestyle. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to go back to my hotel room and we're going to get ready. But I want you to know, get your pen and paper ready. This is going to be awesome and incredible, and you do not want to miss it. We'll see you guys there.
Super fun.
Hey, everyone, it's Rhonda. Great to be back here on the beach this morning with my family. Man, there's nothing like having the time and the freedom to be able to.
All right, so I go through all this. This is a decent sized one, but I'll give it to you so you can listen and we can transcribe it as well. But this is how I break it down.
So we want to make sure, guys, when you're looking at an offer, you focus on the big niche and that mass market. All right, so let's kind of break down more of the offer, right? So what we want to do is we want to make sure too that you have an offer or product that offers high commissions.
So you're seeding what they need, right? You're giving them so much value that they need it, and then we move them into the close, okay? So we don't have to watch this whole thing because
there's a lot of little stuff.
Retain it. But this is how you do it. Something so simple like this with a whiteboard. Now this one was 30 minutes long because then I did
close that person on my own.
I would do it differently.
When I started entering into the system that we utilize now for our tribe, I couldn't move.
This is what I gave. Go ahead. Did you have a question?
I'm gonna get a fish.
Freedom entrepreneur, and we say frequency entrepreneur to us. It's very aligned.
Oh yeah, yeah. We coined freedompreneur. There's like I think 50 million people have used it.
Amazing.
It's like, but this is the funnel. So I made this funnel for my team, and I gave them this exact thing and let me do all the selling. And then I started to do. If someone wanted to market, I gave them this. They literally could walk someone through 4 videos to joining without needing us.
The videos. This is exactly how we need to do it. So
exactly.
This is education video now. What you're playing, which is number 2, I guess, right?
This is number 2. So this is about like seeding the fact that you now need a business and this is what you need for it. And then of course you guys have it. So
that means you target the one niche. All right, let's go on over there and do it. Hey guys,
then I teach them, right? So I do 3 sets in here.
Niche marketing, and I like to say,
I would have done it differently. I would have made this part separate, right? So it's too long in the beginning. This should have been shorter. Okay, so now let's go from here and let's move you into number 3. Now this is where all the money's made, okay? Because they're already know, like, and trusting me. They're already like, oh my God, this lady's cool. She's teaching me stuff I had no idea about, and she hasn't told me anything. But I'm seeding the fact that you're gonna meet my tribe. So
that video was all about seeding the product.
it was about knowing that they need a high ticket offer, not telling them I've got it. I'm teaching them how to become a freedompreneur, exactly what you need. But the whole way, this is why I'm showing my family, I'm seeding their life. They're future-scaping their life right now through what I'm teaching them, right? So now this is the one that makes all the money.
Hey everyone, it's Rhonda Swan again. I hope you really enjoyed the last video. You know,
Your
that
screen is not
freedompreneur
showing, Rhonda.
formula.
Oh, the screen's not
is one
showing?
of
Okay,
those
thanks, Lars. Silly Zoom does this all the time. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, la la la, there's my blah blah
things
blah.
that is just tried and true. You know, they don't say,
But
don't recreate the wheel,
recapped what they
reinvent
just
the wheel.
saw,
Because if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's
right?
exactly why they shared with you that exact formula. Because
And
we
then
have been
I'm
able to
continuing to
utilize
talk
the
about
formula
what
for the last 10
they
years and
need.
reproduce different businesses from the ground up. Now, what I want to share with you guys is some of the lives of people.
Now this is when the testimonials come in.
We have what we call a tribe.
So if you have people,
Only
which you
5
probably do,
figures,
like,
thousands of dollars each and every week.
I'm
And he's
leading
23
it,
years old.
but then
Or Serene.
they pop in, and then these guys do the selling. The whole tribe.
Wonderful to learn from people who are doing so well in the industry.
Right. So and this is something that you could do either at an event or if you already
Now
have
we're to
people,
the point
right?
where this thing is
But when it becomes a movie, everyone watches. Like, it's absolutely insane what this value prop does.
No, this is self-selling.
they certainly
Are we back? Okay. Now, and this then, okay, now this is when I tell them I'm going to teach you about the Freedompreneur Academy. And this is when the offer happened. So they're already, I'm like,
invitation to not only.
so what I did on this is a funnel. So we're talking about 2 different things. One is that broadcast. The other one's getting them directly inside your system. This is your funnel that is a duplicated funnel that needs no one because the work's been done in the front. Okay. So what I say here, yep, go ahead.
Are you talking about the product in this video now?
No.
Not at all.
Nothing. In fact, but the difference is this is a front end funnel. I haven't sold them yet. I'm getting ready to sell them. Okay. So remember, that's why I wanted to frame, because I know there's a lot. There's the broadcast that takes them into the system. There's the system itself, what's on the inside. This is an outside sales funnel. The reason why I showed you that video, because that's something you could do for the inside as well, right? That's how you could educate them. So this could be used on the outside to sell them into your system, and it can also be the education piece.
For us, this one is probably what we would like to upsell the Healy inside as well, right?
There you go. Exactly. There you go. So it could be on the outside or the inside. But again, mine was on the outside, and I gave this to everyone, and they just drove people through to the front end with my system. You could use this exact thing that drives them into the Healy, the high ticket Healy side.
So when you use this one as a freebie for the front end, what happened after? Where did you go? To the site, the product, or to sign up to a platform?
Great question. So now I tell them, I'm going to tell you, wait, look for your email. I'm going to give you the super secret, password. That's what brought them into the live broadcast that I used to do, right? So that was like the live masterclass. But now next is what we end up doing, which is, this now takes them to my, sales video. Let me make sure that video, let me see. And I'll work this through with you guys, because there's a lot of questions that will come up, but it is systematized really nicely. Now you're gonna love this. You guys are gonna copy this. Exactly how we did it. It's so good. Oh my God, it makes me want to go back to, network marketing, you guys, because it's so freaking fun.
They have to have a 9-to-5 job.
Okay, so I want you to listen to this one in its entirety. 2 minutes. It's the sales video. This is what you need to sell without selling the Healy, all right? Because I'm not selling the product, I'm actually selling the dream. Okay, so let's
Well, most people believe that they have to have a 9-to-5 job in order to live a life of freedom or of stability. Well, I want to help change your reality and shift your paradigms a bit, because that's exactly what I went through when I was working in the corporate America, beautiful dream job. And I started to realize that I wanted something different. I wanted to be able to create a family and to not have to put my daughter in daycare. And I watched an interview of Steve Jobs, and he said, this is the information age. The internet is where businesses are moving. 3 out of 5 households
You have to tell them this stuff, right?
using
New
the internet.
content.
I had no idea what was possible using the internet. In fact, when I started my business, Facebook or YouTube wasn't even around. But I still built a 7-figure business by learning from other people, by applying different techniques that I was learning. So I decided I'm going to bring together some of the best marketers and entrepreneurs and start learning from them. And since then, we have put on live events, created online workshops of teaching people exactly what it takes to shift your mindset all the way to thinking about maybe a passion or project that you can launch to the world, into building your own stability so that you can stand on your own 2 feet and not rely on anyone else like a job. So guys, I want to invite you to our Freedompreneur Academy, where we've taken everything that we've done over the last 10 years, including our live events and our online workshops, and put it together inside of our academy just for you. And because you are here right now today as one of our founding members, we're going to allow you to lock in your monthly price of being part of our academy. If you haven't been to any one of our live events, you're going to want to be there.
So they're like, oh my God, I want to be part of
each other. Exactly what it takes to build this incredible life. So it's your turn. Join us right now inside of the Academy. By joining today, it's going to allow you to be part of our Facebook group, our exclusive private access group. You are going to be able to leverage all of our freedompreneurs, their experiences and their knowledge, and help you build your own personal business.
All about your tribe. It's your village people,
everything
right?
that's inside of the Academy.
Give them marketplace.
Get started, guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Cheers, and as always, be unstoppable.
So that system does all the work for me. And then it's like, boom, I'm ready. I want the blueprint, right? So now this is my sales page. So like this, I'll give you guys all 3 of these links. This is really important to see. This is now the sales page that resells it. And this is your system. So I used to sell a blueprint for $7. And then like it's long, but you get people this high quality, they are in. Like all this stuff, you've been lied to, let me teach you how to make money, blah, blah, the system, right? You need it. Look at all my people, look what they've said. They said that, this is awesome. And you just keep layering, and boom, until it's time. You're getting tons of bonuses with Facebook group, you get taught all that. And then of course it's a cart, right? And they buy. So this could be, you can use all this content on the inside, but this could also be something that you use on the outside that makes people go, oh my God, here guys, here's one link, drive them through here and let the selling happen. And then these are also the ones that get invited to the weekly call.
Boom.
So that completely blown your minds.
It's good. It's good.
I like mind blowing. But I know you guys can take it. So I'll give you those videos so you can look at them, and because that's the content you want, that's how you want to sell it. So whether it's on the inside or the outside, you got to sell it that way, because you're not selling it then. You're not Healy. I'm just teaching you, educating. You need this, and now look what you're going to get. And then this Healy is going to make your life even better, and the whole tribe uses one. So join us. That's what makes people buy, opposed to, of course, your people buy because they know you talk well about it, but it's the other ones. They have the hardest time doing that stuff because we're so knowledgeable.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing is, this platform ultimately just replaces us and our ability to get a vision and what the product is. So we need a platform that can visually do that and take them through a process that we can kind of already do with people, but sometimes might take 2 days or a week that we sometimes might do with someone.
And it'll exhaust you. I mean, that's exhausting. You've got to turn this into a 7-figure empire that doesn't need you.
Yeah.
I'm just the dog and pony show now. I just, do marketing stuff, and people come in, sales team takes care of it, and now I can live. I used to be the one that did all the work, and it was horrible. You can't scale that way.
Yeah.
Because the amount of inboxes and the stuff that makes you insane, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
So, Rhonda, after going through the videos. Now they can sign up. The Unstoppable Family, this is a different thing. This is your sales funnel right now, right? But before, to the old video, what was the next step for those people? They sign up for how much they pay and what did they get?
Yeah. Yeah, so the this here, so that's all us into now join the tribe, get the blueprint. We're gonna teach you now. This is $7 and they get a lot of stuff, actually. This is a 3-tiered upsell. We take, there's a $7 offer, they immediately get offered a $37 offer, then they get offered a $47 offer, and then they get on the inside, and then we used to close them on a sales call. So that's a very high level digital marketing kind of funnel. You know, but for you guys, you literally would get them in, they get the system, and then they get on the inside and let the system work.
When you hear our strategy from the webinar to the dopamine video, to then have the people pay $50 per month, does it seem there should be more work being done before they pay the $49 per month for you?
Yeah, that's what the invisible difference is called, is what I call it. It's called the invisible difference. It's everything that we're doing on the front end before we ask them to buy. So I think that the webinar to the 50 can work. I think that if you did a weekly team call, it works better because you're not selling anymore. Everyone knows webinars, everyone knows you're being sold. But if it's like, come to the quantum, you know, village, right? Quantum frequency, it's like every day they're learning something and you get a crowd. Webinars to a sales piece, it's a sales process and everyone knows it. The objective here is to create community and people that want to be part of something, because that's why you guys are building it. You're building it for your team, right? So I love to sell, and that's why I had to do things like this, because I'll just go for the guts right away. I just buy something from me, right? So this helped me keep soft and let the selling happen, and then let me do my call every week. And then my close would be, look guys, this has been an amazing week. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you're saying something down below. Remember, if you want to get inside the quantum frequency village and be part of our digital village, we're teaching you this right now, click the button inside. We'll see you on the inside. You're going to learn more about what we're doing every day. That's how you do your weekly calls. And it's always a call to action, always a call to action. The button pops up, they register, they're inside now.
Okay, so you say with the weekly calls plus the dopamine video, we should be fine then to pay $50 per month and
Totally.
get more. Yeah, okay.
Yes, because they're paying for it to get, that's where the offer stack happens. They have to know what they're getting though. For $50, you get our private Facebook group. You get our private system in our village where I teach you how to create a high ticket offer, how to create systems, how to have traffic, how to build an online business and high frequency entrepreneurship. So you got to layer the stack. It's called the offer stack. It's got to be so juicy that $50 seems ridiculous.
Stack. Yes. Okay.
All about the stack. Yeah. And, you know, and then of course you'll get these weekly calls. You get a duplication of this exact system, right, that we're sharing with you now. You get to invite people here. You get internal calls every week. You get support. You get this. You get education. You get guests. Just stack the hell out of it so that $50 is ridiculous.
Where would you announce the stack? In the dopamine video? No. Or should it be a special sales video before? Like how would you announce it? Or just written down on the website?
Yeah. Well,
Writing.
okay. So the offer stack would be visible. Let me make sure we catch up. The offer stack would be used verbally after your weekly calls. So you would always give them you say the same thing every time to try to get them in. Okay. Now that's your broadcast. The dopamine video, how long was that one again?
Maybe 3 to 8 minutes also, depends. Whatever.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
So what you can do is you can use that dopamine video in several places if it's a good sales piece, is that you do your live calls every week, and then the dopamine video is something you play at the end while they're making their decision to click, right? Then if you did webinar, I keep seeing the team call thing, weekly team call, the webinar, because it's non-salesy. But you can do a scheduled webinar into the dopamine video. The only difference is I don't think there may not be enough for them to want to get inside for $50. That's the difference, is that if you went cold traffic to a webinar, boom, it's got to go directly to an order form, and this offer stack has got to be heavy and layered, and they got to say, okay, now I'm doing this. So it's the community piece that would work better for this, is because you'll get people, like if we do this broadcast page like I would like to do, underneath it would have a chat roll. People will be chatting away on this chat roll the whole time while you're talking. Did you give me a video or a sales page, Lars? I had a, Larcy, grab one of my webinar broadcast pages with the chat roll underneath.
Okay.
If you can find it. It's, you do the top of the hour one, the Passion to Profits one.
Okay.
And the reason why I say this, guys, is because if they have to register, they're getting very specific, like webinar style, you're going to lose a lot of them. But if you create this like thing that they come to, that's way better. And then just get them to register, because everything you're saying makes them want to join. The dopamine video could be at the bottom in the page they watch, or it could be something you play every time. And then what we've always done is that became the main frame of your main webinar every single week, and we send it to the email list. We sent it just send it everywhere. They get to share it with everyone all week until the next live one.
So you keep the webinar on it for a week until the next one, and you keep this one on it for a week.
That's right, because then that broadcast video goes live then, and it stays on that page. So that page is their API page, right? So that means they're using that all week. That's their sales device. And then, so the dopamine video, that page is still great. You should still keep it as an option. Someone might just say, just register. They don't need to send them to a webinar live broadcast. It's a guy that wants to get ready. I would keep the dopamine there, tell them to get ready, and underneath is the stack. What you're going to get when you register here. This. By now. That most likely, that sales page may not be used very often. Why? It's a lot easier to send people to an awesome high frequency entrepreneur call that's fun, it's enjoyable, that they can chat into, they can walk. You know what I mean? Like that's because you're selling community. Right. That's why they're joining your team. If we send them directly in to buy, there's a disconnect of connection and community.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's gold. That's gold, Rhonda. That's awesome.
I'm glad you guys, I knew you'd get it, because this is like juicy stuff, and you'll be able to turn it on really quickly. Yeah, it's Max and Taryn.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah,
belated birthday.
Had an absolute blast.
He did.
It was like, you couldn't ask for much better.
I did like a surprise, and then dinner, and then everyone stayed over. We had like 10 people at the villa. It was super fun.
Super fun.
Next day was floating in the pool.
Wait, did you catch your waves we were talking about?
Yeah, I did. Hanley and I went up the beaches, so got waves on my birthday.
Couldn't be any better.
It doesn't get much better. No.
Awesome. Happy belated birthday, my friend.
Yeah. So it's a lot to download.
Yeah.
However, if I were to give you the specific steps to take, would be to focus, look at this video content, and take an outline. You know what we could do, Larcy? Let's give them the I mean, you guys know how to outline stuff, and you know how to put things in an outline. It's just really nice when you're mapping out what I'm putting in the course, because I want you to think about those ascension levels that they need to go through to get. That's really important. Right. So then they know, here's my welcome or my basic. Here's my I'm almost there. Here's my I'm getting better, and then here's my self-actualization, and that's all business, right? Like the highest content. What's that?
Because I saw on that graph that's like this product, free, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. I mean, we only have Healy's that we're selling right now, obviously.
Well, let me explain this to you more so you understand it more deeply. Of course, this is in generalities, right? This is generic, not just to you guys. But can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the perfect ascension model, is that your free is the broadcast. Your low ticket is your system. Your medium is the first level Healy.
Yeah.
Right? Or then because there's upsells in between there. Your high ticket is your event, your private coaching, your stuff, or an upgrade to Healy. So you really don't need a lot of products. This is for those that are building like a digital marketing business.
And we can even put a value tag on our platform on the back end with all the trainers, all the people sharing their experiences. This is obviously a lot of money value.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, your system alone should be valued at over $5,000 because you're getting top, you're getting celebrities, you're getting top quantum physicists, you're getting this. Like, you got to show that. That's why people to the digital village, because you get quantum physicists every week with a team call. You get to learn from people that are not only just entrepreneurs, but they're talking about frequency. Like, this is the juice that keeps people in, right? The Healy is just the add-on for the business side of it all. I mean, they'll buy it for the product, but they'll love it for the money.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And we all know that. I mean, we know why people buy stuff in these kind of programs. It's like, hell, in the beginning, I just want to make the money, but oh my God, the course is so nice, or the product is so great. Then they go, I want the money, really, because then they see it and we don't need to sell it. So I would think that way of how, like, those 3 ascension models are certainly ways that you structure the business, but that they're also ways that you structure the content. Low, right? So that's like how you put the products together. Low, which is the broadcast, the system, the offers, but it's also how you bring them inside the system to learn about what you guys do into the ultimate purchase.
Great.
Right, so you kind of double layer that because that helps you see it differently.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll give you guys the videos. We'll let you take a look at that. I would outline what you're going to put in that course material based on 4 sections. And then I can help you guys, map some stuff out if you need. And how is the tech team that you guys have that are building the stuff? They should be great. They probably know everything that I'm talking about.
They should. Hopefully they do.
Hopefully. If they don't, I'll show some examples. And a lot of times people can duplicate stuff. And when you're paying tech teams, pay them. Otherwise, if you're like, oh, let me help you, we can, chat about what that can look like and the kind of stuff they want to do. Because I really see you guys I see us, I'm always like futurescaping what we're already doing. Did you notice that? I already see us making like a killer documentary like that, like, because it's so good. And that's, I think, what you're in Ubud. I mean, you guys can have so many frequency fairies all over in this video. It would be amazing.
From your experience in making these videos, like, how long does it take for the planning, the execution, and whatnot of getting something that's
viable? Well, I'm an expert, so I do this stuff, in my sleep. We do branding films at my events, 8 of them within 5 days. 8 people have everything done. So it's just about understanding the objective, what we need to say. I help you guys get the outline of what we need to say, where we layer in commands, and then we just do content. And so it's quite easy to get them done. The follow through is the editing and how we want to do the front videos, the end videos, but those are not hard either. So, ultimately, the funnel itself, because it's more B-rolled, that takes longer. Like those videos, you could do those exact same videos for content on the inside and then sexify them for the outside if you wanted to do a funnel, right? So internal stuff doesn't need to be super designed and B-rolled. It just needs to be straight up, this is the information you need. Kind of how I was doing it. If you notice, I did the whole thing. I just had different camera views. So I did the whole content and they just layered stuff over it to make it sexy.
Yeah.
So there's definitely ways to organize it and put it together.
So Rhonda, tell us, like, regarding Healy and stuff like that, how can we help you, and how do you see, how can we work together in future?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that I'd love to, my mission is that we did that call. I want to use the Healy and I want to document it, right? I want to document it so I prove, and I'm going to tell everyone the whole time, okay, listen, they put this challenge up to me. I want to prove it. Like, I'm going to make it like crazy and silly and fun for 30 days or however long you would suggest. And then we'll run my show, and then I'll do this documentation, and then we'll do a follow through. And then it's kind of like there's proof. So that would help, is me having it, and then I have proof that it worked. And then we look at, if we start to build and we start to share and there's a system behind it, great. And if you want help from me, I can do that too.
Kind of need us for being your front, right? You don't want to be seen in the business, correct?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I did that test with people, right?
need to find a way later on when you're doing your tests, you document, you share your experience, you have the second interview. How do we catch those people and get them to us so we can, close them for you basically?
I'm going to build the funnel like that.
Perfect.
I'm going to build that funnel.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. That one I just showed you, I'll build that funnel. So it'll be our show, or I'll do something in the front end, and then it's like the interview. I'm like, okay, click here to see if it actually works. So I'm going to have all these different videos of me going, okay, here it is, documenting it. So it's going to be a total testimonial video into then saying, look, this thing actually worked. Reach out to these guys. They're going to get you started, right? So I can talk about health benefits, but then I can also seed in the business model. Like that's what I do very well, is break down business models and educate people. So I think we do something like that. But in the front end, I'll just, when I talk about it, people are going to ask me. I'll put this on my stories, right?
Of course, you get shitloads of leads in. Question now, regarding your funnel, I'm just thinking about how could we, offer, like, first of all, you document the Healy.
Yeah.
Healy works and then get leads in and boom. But at the same time, you document how you document and how other people can use the same funnel so we can sell your funnel to all our members. That's what I'm thinking. But now how can we combine your funnel to funnel maybe to the platform even, so the members can buy your funnel, but funnel their own story, document their own shit, own testimonial with their friends, with their team, do the whole thing until either other people buy from them or get to the link or even to our platform. Of course, I would like to combine it with our platform at the same time. So maybe that's a way how we have to think,
Yeah, because it's always good to, anything that we make should be duplicatable. If it's only about you, then it's not enjoyment, right? It doesn't work, So I would just be really mindful of that, is that we put something together. It's like, look, it's either, it has to be two different objectives. One is I want to learn about the Healy. The other one is I want to learn about business. So we have to decide how that would be put together, because there are two different types of people. I was only building a business. That's all I did.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the product was. I was building them a business.
Healy is a lot about product.
It should be. It really should be, especially with the FDAs and all that FTC stuff. It should be. So that's good. So then it could be.
How do we keep maybe also like just pure product users in they feel they're getting value in the Healy because they're learning so much and they always get to tap in and they love the community. They're not building a business, and we've got many of them, because also we need to have many of them as well, because we need to have that
of course
customer base too.
Well, what you do is they get those weekly broadcast calls that are topic based. They get that, right? They're very happy for that. If they don't want to sell it, it's okay. Just show up every week. Use the Healy. We're going to show up every week for just education. But on the inside, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you'll have in there. And I would assume your team calls will also be value driven as well. So they get to come and they get to learn about how the Healy works on a real finite level.
And I guess as well, like even if they don't build a business, but I've even been thinking about things like having virtual retreats where we have so many amazing, we have these amazing healers and sound healers and
exactly.
We sell a 3-day virtual retreat, or we sell a 3-day physical retreat. Still a product user, but they're just enjoying that aspect. That's
what people do. They do love that stuff. So that could be another value base that you provide to them, where you just once a month is the the virtual Healy, healing, if you will, and then you bring different people and they get to enjoy it, but it's private. You're on the inside.
I'm just thinking again. So your funnel, this could be something we can upsell in the platform, of course.
Are you kidding? You always have to sell the funnels. Yes. You give them a simple one, and then the juicy one that works is the one that you sell them. Always.
Yeah, this is how I think we can definitely, besides Healy, work together more.
Well, that's how I can see. Yeah, I can see us doing a lot more of this piece, so I can help you actually create duplication and utilizing the frame that I just showed you. That's really, I think that we could do some magic, right? We could do some damage too, because that's like on the marketing side, that's what I'm really good at.
Then let's bring this in, and actually it's good to know, because we can also talk about this, of course, in the videos, right?
Right.
Like digital marketing, right? This is basically it for high frequency.
Yeah, I mean, you could even have a whole section on digital marketing, right? Like a whole section. What I'm going to do, Larcy, I know what I'm going to do. Let's give them the logins to the Freedompreneur Academy.
Okay.
Give them that funnel. That funnel wasn't even well done. That's like a side of that funnel, but we'll give them the funnel, all that one I just showed you, because I want you to see kind of how we broke it up into digital marketing content, right? So that there's a whole section on digital marketing or just marketing or how to sell it. Like that's a section that some people might bypass. I've done and created products for a lot of companies where they just say, okay, teach my people stuff. And they put me in their company, they put me in their systems. So that stuff is, could really be nice. That's also an upsell, like add on to get digital marketing content or, right? Things such as that.
How would we upsell a funnel like that on the platform without being a competition for the platform?
Well, that funnel sells the platform, remember?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't offer a funnel that sells Heelys?
Certainly, you could do that. You could say if you are
Right?
same way.
Huh?
Same way. You would do, if you're a product only person, here's a great funnel.
Mm-hmm.
If you're building the business, here's the other funnel. That's what I was saying. That if I did my my 30-day challenge using it, that would be more of a product funnel, right? Remember I said we'd have to decide, because that could be like, oh my gosh, this actually worked. Wow. Right. And then we do my interview together, and then I do my thing, and then we come back together and you're like, this works.
Give me a price point on what would you sell those funnels for individuals?
Well, we can make funnels like that are duplicates, so we can create the whole frame and the branding and all of that. I typically charge $5,000 for a set funnel that's already, like we have to build, and that's usually anywhere from 15 to 30K, depending on the depth, right? The filming, all of that. The duplicate funnels we typically will sell for $5,000. It's already set. Here you go, $5,000 will get you your own custom funnel. They can even put their own logos, all of that on there. So then you've got the framework, and then you sell them for $5,000, and then we either duplicate it and just brand them.
Something cheaper that they can very easy duplicate, like really cheap funnels. Like I'm just thinking like 5,000 is quite a big number. 15, of course, as well. For those platforms who say like, I want to have a funnel, I want to use their videos, so we can put them all on the funnel, and then it's
the one that I showed you. That's the simple funnels. Those can be literally duplicated very easily. That one that I'm talking about the development of it all, the duplication piece, because people don't really realize how valuable they are. But then again, if you wanted it to be custom, it'd have to cost. If you want it to be duplicate, it's cheap. It's duplicate.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And is there some sort of like done for you models? Because this is the thing that I really noticed. So in Gaz, for example, you would have a lot of health practitioners and people with great networks, or maybe they're an influencer or whatever.
Yeah.
They just cannot get their head around how to set this up. And
no, that's why that's the juice. That's why you say
it up for me.
Yeah. That's what makes it so intriguing, is that you tell them everything they need, show them how to do it, and then you do it for them. And so like my prices are $5,000. I'll teach you, I'll give you all the systems, I'll show you how to do it, but I'm not doing it. The done for you is 15 or 30K, because it takes a lot of mental bandwidth to do that piece. So things like that is, remember that first one I gave you that had the book? That would be one that you can make a simple funnel that's the opt-in, right? That they can get some kind of a giveaway or a book, and they get it all for free. Personally, I would just give them the broadcast pages. Those are the free ones. That's all they need. That's a funnel that you give to them.
Yeah.
I'm just always thinking about how we co-create, and I think that's a beautiful way. Give them a lot of freebies about your knowledge, and then upsell them on all your funnels, including the 30K funnel.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We bring the masses to this community. There's no question about it. We will have thousands of people joining this one, and then you can sell your products on our platform.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest. And we could literally set up, certain funnels that you guys need that are simple, ebook funnel, the broadcast funnel, all that. And then they're like, how do I have it to my own? Because then someone's going to go from your team to build their own team. They're going to want the same. They're going to want to do their own broadcasts, right? They're going to want to do all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a lot of the time they will say to us, we have to have a bit more of a broader angle in terms of what we do. But then say we've got like the biohacker group, and they really want to dive into the biohacking aspect, or we have the really spiritual conscious group.
That's right. Yeah, you guys can't make everyone super happy, but you can say, hey, you're a team leader. This is your topic, because it's all about brand as well. They talk about their brand, right? And that's really the value. So then we duplicate the broadcast funnel for them with the API. That's all their brand, their team stuff.
Yep.
And then it goes into your system and they get commissions.
Yeah, exactly.
That stuff works.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. I'll give you all the stuff that we just talked about. My computer's gonna die. And then I'll give you some ideas of some things that we could do. And then we can revisit this and see how we wanna move.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome, guys. Yay. All right, Laura will give you the recording too, so you can go back and go, oh my gosh, this is what she said. Have a good one, guys. Have a great one. Thanks, Larcy. Bye.
Bye, guys.